1.3 says we're supposed to graph things that match, that have these characteristics. So I kind of need to see this here and then have the graph near it. So I'm just going to, let's see, we'll have to slide back and forth. So you're going to watch this. The average rate of change on F from -3 to 0 is -2. So from -3 to 0, the average rate of change is -2. So it'll go down 2 for 1, 2 for 1, 2 for 1. So I'm going to start up here kind of high at 3. And it's going to go in 1 unit, it's going to go down 2. So we'll be at 1-ish. And then down another 2, and I'll be at -1, and then I'll be at -3. So if I start at 3, by the time I get to 0, I'll be at -3. That will make an average slope of -2. Now, the rate of change of F on the interval from 1 to 3 is a half. From 1 to 3, I have to going up at a slope of a half. I'm just going to start at -2 because I'm going to be down here. Starting here, I'm going to end down here, and I got to go up by a half. So in 1 unit, I'll be up a half. In another unit, I'll be up 1. So I'll be there if I start there. Doesn't say how these are connected, but it says the slope of a tangent line, the instantaneous rate, how steep it is at -1 is -1. At -1, it has a slope of -1. Well, I can make the graph come over with a slope of -1 and then drop down here, or I could just make it have a natural curve that comes something like this. And when I get to -1, I have to be going at a slope that's a -1-ish. So I'll just make it turn, so it's got a -1 slope there and then end up in there. Then it says there's going to be a slope of, at 2, of 1. At 2, it's supposed to have a slope of 1. Well, that's steeper than it is going from here to here. So I'll have to go maybe something like up and then taper off. So it's got a slope of 1 and then end up here. And then I just need to connect these. So something like this would have an average slope of a half here and a slope of 1. That would be steeper here. I'll have to go up a little there, so it's steeper. 1 would be like this. So make it steeper here and then come down. This has to have a -1 slope here, which looks like this, and go from here to here. So the slope on the big picture here is -2. Average is the secant line. Instantaneous is the tangent line. Secant line, tangent line, slopes. Okay? Now we're supposed to do it again. Well, this is the tangent secant line. It's going from -2 to 3 in which is a change of 5, and it's supposed to have a slope of 0. So the secant line has to go between 2 points at -2 and at 3 has to be at the same height. So if I'm here, I have to be here. The average slope is 0. And between -1 and 1 divided by 2, there's 2 apart, it has to have a slope of -1. That again was -1 to 1. It has to have a slope of -1. So it has to be going like this. So I'll just make it I'll make it, let's see, there's something else here. Let's make sure. Between these two places, it has to have a slope of -1. So I'm just going to kind of put a note here to myself. -1 would be a slope that looks like this from a point and a point. It could be clear up here. It could be down here. Let's see, down one. Could be something down here. It's got to be go from that height to that height in this deal on average. So it's got to go down. Got to go down. All right, now instantaneous at 2 is 1. At 2, it has to be going up at a slope of 1. So that means right on this line, I have to have a slope that looks like a 1 slope, like this. So here, when it gets here, it's got to be going up. And at -1, it has to have a slope of 0. That's a slope that's straight across. So I could just go straight across. Now it's got a slope of 0. And now I got to get this average here. So if I'm here, I have to drop down 1 and another 1. So drop down 1, 1, 2 for 2. So I need to get down to there. So now it has an instantaneous slope of 0. Between these 2 points, it has an average secant line slope of -1. And then it has to, by the time it gets to here, it has a positive slope of +1. So I can just make it curve and go like this. And now it's got a slope of +1. And then to have an average slope of 0 from here to here, it has to get back to that height. And it could go on, and it could go on, or it could go up. It doesn't matter. It's just from here to here, average of 0. Here to here, average of -1. Tangent line here of 0, and here with a slope of 1.